Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Joey Sly is going to have the honor of getting us started. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, Young gets this to Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 44. That one gains 7. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. On 1st down, here comes Brooks. Past midfield to the 45. Down the sideline into the red zone. To the house, touchdown Carolina. The Panthers take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Camarda on to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 3. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board. First drive as a defense. And now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin. Because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Throw on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Rattler. Oh, try forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Handoff here for Brooks. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Cox, this is Xavier Leggett. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Finds Sanders. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Young on the play action. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. On the give, it's Brooks. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. He finds Sanders. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip the rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
He completes it in traffic. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Third and just 2 to go. Wideouts getting involved in the ground game. And what a decision. They break out the reverse on 3rd down, and it moves the chains.
That kind of call right there, Kate, shouldn't be the 3rd down surprise it used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago. So common in teams' playbooks league-wide. But boy, is it tough to defend. And that's why they love breaking it out to reset those chains.
Hubbard has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And the Panthers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Camarda on to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. You have a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He's got it over the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here's Rattler. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
4th down punt coming up. Ethan Evans out to do the honors. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll take over here following that punt to end the 1st. To the air on 1st down. Young. To the outside. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints get it back on his 6th interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another one for Cook. Jukes one defender, and that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play is gone. getting home with that sack.
Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Third and long for him here. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick 6. He puts some juice on it deep. Wide open down the field, and he has it. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints start to fight back with their first points of this game. Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Saints get it back to a 14-point game. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. This is Brooks heading left. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up. And you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Play action now, Young. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Young working from the gun. Brought in right side. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Hubbard quick on the draw. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Tight end going in motion here. Second and 12 behind the sticks. Has it downfield working the left. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it, having all the extra yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Young throwing here. And he makes the play. It's a touchdown. But hang on a second. I spy a flag out there, Brock. This could erase that score. Gonzalez now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 21. Now Camarda on to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rattler setting to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. He throws a bullet to the center of the... Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Panthers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Young on 1st and 10. That's complete till he gets. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd down, he takes the option right. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Third and long, Young. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying it left side with Cook. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Saints need some big yards in a hurry. Offense to the line for second down. Rattler back to throw. He beams one deep right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throwing from the gun. He's trying to go deep again. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints chop some of the lead off before the half. Here's Sly to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints pull a little closer. It's a 17-point game now. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap now to Young. Chased out to his right. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
In a good spot here, second and inches. Out of the gun, Young. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Throwing from the gun here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Finds a man, right side. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints parlay the interception into points. It's a James Cook touchdown. Extra point is up and good from Slide. And the Saints cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Complete out to the right. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Young to throw it. Short pass caught by his tight end. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Doing a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete to Hyatt. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he had just enough leg behind that one. It is off the crossbar and through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
I know some of you watching may be surprised to see his kick need a little kiss from the crossbar to make it over, but kicking in the NFL is one of the toughest things to do. Kate, if we pulled somebody from these stands, they'd have trouble hitting from 30. You get up into the 40s, it becomes real easy for the best in the league to sometimes miss-hit one.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He'll throw it. He puts some power on a deep one left. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Camarda on to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Rattler. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Now a give to Cook, running left. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing is Rattler. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's Rattler. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Rattler to the air now. Throw right side, cut by Olave. And he works this to the 38 before going down. And the Panthers into the nickel set. 3rd down coming. Rattler setting the throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackle made by J.C. Horn.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They motion the tight end over. 2nd and 4. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. About 4 yards on that carry. It's going to be 2nd down for him.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Looking to throw, Rattler. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know you got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Up and good from Joseph. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the pistol, it's Young. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Young working from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Rattler back to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for the back that time. So it'll be second down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On 2nd and 10, Young. Hyatt with the grab. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Has it at the 7. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Hubbard runs in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Gonzalez connects on the point after. And the Panthers take a 3-possession lead. Now Camarda on to send it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Rattler. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They're going for this. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
On the move, headed right. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On second down, it's Hubbard. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Putting the tight end in motion. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers make it a 24-point ball game. Now Camarda on to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He'll get this one to Brown. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Saints ball. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Escapes the pocket. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they face 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back.
He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Has room down the left sideline. Into the red zone. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. defense getting in on the Farm Bronc with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Gets him those 3 yards back, but it brings up 3rd and 10 now. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Complete out to the right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Now Rattler. Short pass brought in. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Throwing is Rattler. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Rattler to the air now. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Here's Rattler. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, Man, is it difficult on the defense.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And the Panthers are there to bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Get into the red zone, and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
3rd and long for him here. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Up and good from Joseph. And that's not going to do a ton against what is now a 28-point gap.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Handoff running left, Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hubbard again. He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Throwing now, following the turnover. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Oh, brother, it's another interception. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. And the Panthers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They run again with Hubbard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Now it's Young. Connects with Hubbard. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball. Okay, hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
So the Panthers pick up the win here. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign.